There are more and more super short triathlons, with the elites racing events like WTCS eliminator formats and the arena games, and these events trickling down to us, the masses. Transitions are becoming more and more critical.
Yeah, now this debate has been around for years. What if you were to do the triathlon in your running shoes, therefore saving you time in T2 because you don't have to put your running shoes on? Now, let's be clear here, we are talking seconds. When it comes to longer distance triathlon and even sprint distance triathlon for that matter, the advantage of being clipped in, being able to pedal more efficiently, and by having your feet firmly attached to the bike, having better control of the bike, far outweighs those few seconds gained in T2 by not having to put your own shoes on.
But these super short triathlons are decided by seconds. So at what point is it more valuable to ditch the clipless pedals and turn to running shoes and flat pedals? Well, today, we're going to try and find out. So we've come to the velodrome.
We've really outdone ourselves here, haven't we?
Pretty sweet, isn't it? Okay, so there are three parts to this. Transition 1, the bike leg itself, and transition 2. In transition 1, you have to put your feet into some kind of shoe. You can either run up from the swim, slide your feet into running shoes, use flat pedals, and run off, mount your bike, and off you go. Or you can run up, grab your bike, and off you go with your shoes already clipped into it, and then put your feet into the shoes while you're already going and up to speed. Now, unless you are poor at putting your feet into the shoes while you're riding, or you accidentally lose a shoe, the latter is arguably going to be significantly faster. You're going to save some time over that running shoe biker.
But then there's the bike leg itself. You definitely will not be able to pedal as efficiently or accelerate as hard when you're in running shoes, and therefore how much power or time will you lose? Or will it be fairly minimal when you're actually up to speed?
Yeah. And then there's transition 2, where the running shoe biker really comes into his own. Essentially, he can dismount, run to that bike rack quicker, rack his bike in already, he's off and gone. Whereas the biking shoe biker needs to take his feet out of the shoes before he slows down. Then he needs to dismount, rack his bike, put his running shoes on, and then go. So he's definitely going to lose some time over his running shoe counterpart.
Yeah, so we're going to be trying out both of these transitions today in this velodrome, because why not? We're going to be trying out both of them multiple times, timing them, adding them together, getting an average. My bet is they're going to be pretty similar, because in both scenarios, you've got to put running shoes on at some point. One in T1, one in T2, right?
Well, we're about to find out. Okay, Mark's going to go first. He's going to running shoe test, so flat pedals. Transition, 1 lap, and he's going to stop here at the black line. We're going to stop the clock. Okay, Mark, you ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Come on.
He's out of the swim. He's coming up the line, and ready, steady, go! Shoes on, one shoe on. Other shoe on. Don't forget your helmet. And he's off to the mountain line, And he's on. So this is the point. The cycling shoe rider will only be putting his feet into his pedals now, where Mark's already up to full speed. And here he comes to the line. Stop. How much did you fluff that?
That's all right.
It was all right, yeah. Okay, run 2 for Mark. He's out of the water first. He's coming up the ramp, and go.
It's amazing how long that feels, just like, you know, you get your fingers stuck in. My feet are just clammy, they're getting stuck.
Yeah.
But if you come out to swim, they're going to be wet.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay, Mark's third and final run. He's out of the water first again. Mark's coming up the ramp. Ready, steady, go. And he's off. Here he comes. All right, now it's time for the dismount. Mark's got his running shoes on his flat pedals. He's getting up to speed. He's gonna ride through, do a lap, dismount at the dismount line, rack his bike, take his helmet off, and off he goes. Pretty simple T2 when you have flat pedals on and running shoes already on. Good dismount. Hey.
Almost tripped myself up.
he,
Wasn't mobile enough for that lunge.
All right, that looked pretty quick. I mean, Mark did go for the dip at the start of the run, which is not really true to a normal triathlon. Yeah,
but competitive.
Yeah, it was a fast time.
Say, it's quick coming in off the turn,
yeah.
Off the corner.
Quick dismount. You have to be aware where the line is. All right, let's go again. We're going to get you average. Oops. Coming up for a dismount. He's carrying a lot of speed. Cross the line.
Oh my God, is it a bird? Is it a plane? Oh my God, no, it's James Kuhnema leading out Kona swim. This might be the finest swim of his career. Here he comes approaching transition. Go! Nice. Smashed it. Nice. Solid, mate. That was a good one. Got to be proud of that. Cracking swim. Very impressive. Okay, now James's turn for the T2 dismount. Just about to come round. We'll start the hot lap pre-dismount. Ready, go. Here we go. Whoa. Dip! Oh, he's pushing it a bit more
Coming in
now.
hot.
Run number 3. Nice. Got a 5-minute lead over Cam Worth, James. 5-minute lead. Oh, PB. 31.6.
Okay, Mark's come out the water first, and he's coming up to T1, and he's go!
Live for this moment.
Helmet on, he's off. Here we go. Oh, decent transition, decent transition. Oh, it's a slow first lap. That's gonna cost him. Okay, clock is starting, and go! Comes up for his dismount. Smooth. Gotta put the shoes on now. Oh, he's losing some time. And stop.
Crowd's going wild. Ready, go! Not bad. Oh, good one. Oh, quickest one yet. Coming in hot. Oh, that was a lot of fun.
It was a long time since I've done some fast transitions like that.
You were really fast as well. So starting off, T1 with the run shoes. As we said, we did 3 runs on each, adding together, making average. So mine was 46 seconds average.
Yeah, and mine was 43.6. Yes.
A long distance athlete.
Yeah,
wow.
in the run shoes.
Okay, and then with the bike shoes, I was actually slightly faster, 43.2.
Yeah, well done. I was a little bit slower, 44.7, so only 1 second slower with the bike shoes and T1.
Nice. Right, now going on to T2 then. First off with the running shoes, I had an average of 30.6.
And I had an average of 32.4, so Mark got one over on me there with the run shoes, yeah.
And then we switched obviously to bike shoes, and I had 36.4.
Yeah, and I had 39.0. So we added those up for our total transition times. Mark's had a total transition time of 76.6 for both transitions with the run shoes, 79.6 for both transitions with the bike shoes. So 3 seconds he lost by using bike shoes instead of run shoes for the whole triathlon. And I, on the other hand, had 76 seconds with the run shoes and a full 83.7 seconds with the bike shoes. So I lost 7.7 seconds using bike shoes and run shoes versus just run shoes.
Interesting.
It is interesting. It's seconds. Like we said at the beginning, this is just seconds. It's very small margins. But like we said, super sprint triathlons are decided by small margins. But there's a little bit more to this test because, of course, you then go out on the bike, you've got these flat pedals, you don't have the same control, you can't do the same power transfer, especially when you're coming out of corners and stuff. So now we need to test how much time you actually lose on the bike when you're out there doing this on flat pedals versus clipless pedals. And we can't really do that in the velodrome because
not really
that's not
suited
going
for
to
that.
simulate a triathlon in any way. So, well, let's go outside the velodrome. We're outside now and build a little triathlon course.
Let's go.
Yep.
Alrighty, now to put them to the test out on the real road.
Yeah, we're going to see how much time you actually lose if you're on flat pedals out on a simulated triathlon course.
Well, you're assuming you lose.
Well, maybe lose. Yeah, maybe. We'll find out now. So we've got this loop that we're doing. It's a loop around the building. We're going to do a couple times. It's got a dead turn twice. So 2 dead turns. So you're going to see how much you lose when you accelerate out of that without your feet clipped in, if anything. Mark doesn't think we're going to lose anything. So,
Devil's advocate. Oh, no, just throwing it out there.
well, let's give it a go. I'm going to go first.
All right,
Mark,
ready?
timing. Ready?
Beep, beep, beep.
All right, test done. I got to say that felt pretty awkward.
It did, didn't it?
I kept feeling like I was pulling my foot off the pedal, and that's probably, we need to actually say that because if you practice a lot with flat pedals, you get more used to that feeling and you get more efficient at it. I haven't done a lot of riding on flat pedals for many years.
I'm sure if we brought Blake in from GMBN, he'd be in his element with
No
the flat
problem.
pedals.
Yeah.
Whereas for us, not so much.
I definitely preferred the clipless pedals. So, Mark's time?
So I went 4:27 with the clipless pedals and then 4:33 with the flat. So I lost around 5 seconds. Not too bad.
Seconds, yeah. I lost a little bit more. I lost more like 7 seconds on the total on both of them.
And again, doesn't sound that bad, but then when you start to extrapolate that over longer distances,
Yeah.
that's when you start to notice.
Yeah, for
actually
Mark,
how-
that would be 33 seconds he lost on a 20K, a sprint distance, over a minute. On Olympic distance, I would lose over 90 seconds on an Olympic distance. That's a substantial amount of time. But obviously, we're talking about super sprints here. So, I mean, over a super sprint, even a 6K, you're losing 10 seconds or more on the bike. And that's if you do really well, if you carry on doing well. Because another factor is that as you get more tired, your clipless pedals hold you in the right position. You can stay efficient as you get more tired. With the flat pedals, that feeling that I had of my foot coming off is just going to get worse. But technology might actually find the solution to this because there are some people designing various solutions. There's actually a thing called pyro pedals. I don't know whether they still exist.
Well,
but we
yeah,
saw them.
pyro pedals have been around for years. A lot of triathletes used them back in the day. Not so much these days, just because triathlon shoes have improved on the bike, etc., with easier opening, fastening, etc.
Yeah.
But we have heard that some federations have been developing stuff for the mixed team relay and whatnot.
This is what we said. There's more and more super sprints happening. So these are essentially carbon platforms that you could put normal running shoes, slip in, but hold them in the perfect position.
I haven't seen anyone building a cleat into the running shoe like I did. Maybe I should patent that before.
I think there's probably a reason for that, Mark. Either way, let us know what you think. If you've done flat pedals triathlon, was it faster? Was it better? It's definitely easier for the beginner, I think, for sure.
Good
But
shout.
when you come to the pointy end and you're trying to save a few seconds, it's probably not worth it, I think, is our conclusion.